All right, hey everybody, we're back and I am going to do a little bit more Tour 9 for you all and see if I can't collect a couple more chests here along the way, just so we can see a couple more vantage points of these holes. And here we're seeing straight headwind. Looks like Brad's coming off using a turbo ball. Since that was in his inventory, it'd be nice to see what kind of wind he used. Well, this is a wise decision here, switching to a KM ball. But I'm assuming if he had rock on as his driver and he was coming off using a turbo, I'm kind of questioning that decision a little bit. I'd hope, to be a little bit more sparing with those, being as it's only a one-time purchase. If you were going to pull out a power ball, I would recommend it being a Berserker. As you can see, it's just something that can be replaced as opposed to something that really can't. So that would be my biggest reason that I would try to talk you guys into saving those for special occasion. If you guys, I'm sure you've seen me play this several times. I play very close to my max ring adjustment, maybe about 6 rings there, and I don't usually use a lot of power or curl, just enough to kind of guide the ball over towards the fairway and not really go up into that neck just in case I am to pull it into that rough. So you can see that keeping it short there and just kind of rolling it up there in the 340s, right around 350, is kind of the best way to do it. And I never hit the rough. I mean, it's once a month, once every 2 months that I hit the... of course, I don't play Tour 9 all the time, but, I'll probably take 100 shots there before I actually hit the rough. So it's just something to think about. The only time that I do hit the rough is when I decide to get aggressive, where I'm playing Tour 4 friendlies and just, try to beast it up down there. But at the same time, if you favor the right-hand side, like the way that you saw that I did, if you do hit the rough there, we should be able to just sneak it onto the green if we have a very good Nirvana. But one of the things that I like to do is I like to try to find a groove where it's kind of consistent, maybe right around here, and I'll try to play my spin according to that. So here you're going to see me just kind of wind, use some curl. And, I'm going to play pretty close to mid-club here for my adjustment, which may be 1.4 per ring. I'm going to go, 6 rings for this adjustment. And let's see what this looks like. I did grab a perfect ball. So let's see if I can't get this shooting down towards the hole. Still coming in too hot. Maybe not quite to mid-club standards. Should have played it a little bit more towards max. Going an extra ring. Plus you can see, maybe I didn't quite pull back on my ball guide. You can see when it's downwind like that, that the ball's really going to take off. Even if I was very close to my ring adjustment there, probably within a ring. There's no way I was off by more than a ring on landing zone. It just kind of shows you how much the ball takes off and comes in hotter than what you see on the ball guide. So this is something that you always need to be thinking about. Of course, I was thinking about it as well. I felt I was setting up well short and just not short enough. One of the things that I usually do on this hole is I usually use maybe 4 to 5 backspin. I think I backed off of it a little bit there. Using the Guardian, I felt like I could be... I feel like I can't quite be as precise as I want. So you're going to see that I was using kind of my backspin based off of that. Here you're seeing my opponent here is going to go for kind of a bump shot. You can do this. It's nice to see my opponent going for this first, because if my opponent was to not pull it off, which, you know, it is going to be a very risky shot there. You can see how short. But if you do that with some precision, you can pull that off. I do want to just point out for you guys that it can be done. But what you're going to see me do, first off, I play kind of mid-club here, so maybe 1.5 per ring. I'm going to jack up my backspin here and just kind of play away from the rough here, just to be on the precautious side. Not to mention, the wind is pointed towards the hole. So here you're going to see me, you know, like I mentioned, mid-club, 5 rings, almost spot up. I'm not even going to curl it because of the way that the wind is pointed. It's going to act as my curl. So I'm just going to intentionally, and you can see I still had, you know, if anything, I needed to curl it to the right. It was going to wind up probably 4 yards left there, but I hit the stick and stopped it at a you know, around a yard. So just something to keep in mind for you guys. Just, you know, something to think about for that shootouts is kind of pointing it. You know, playing either the right or the left fairway based on your wind direction, and, you know, noticing that you're not going to need curl, so you don't want to get carried away with that because of the way that the wind angle is just going to influence the way that the ball takes and carries the ball. So just something to think about for you guys, and hopefully you guys are honing in on those adjustments, and good luck on your Tour 9. I'll catch you guys on the next one.